Whether it's a merger, a reorganization, downsizing, a new product launch, or political turmoil, there will always be periods of time during which employees experience elevated levels of stress. And as much as we'd love to invoke the old leave it at the door mentality, it simply isn't realistic given today's workforce. During these high-stress times, what leaders choose to do can have far-reaching effects beyond simply helping employees focus on the work at hand. Supporting others as they process anxiety creates a very human connection. It builds trust, it elevates engagement, and it inspires greater levels of loyalty. But how can you add this to your already overflowing platters of priorities and do it without turning the workplace into a therapy couch? There are 5 small steps you can take that can have a big impact on others. First, simply share your observations. Looking the other way and pretending that something isn't happening doesn't make it go away. It makes you look clueless. Instead, if you see something, say something as a way to at least open a door to dialogue. Something as simple as, I can't help but notice that there's been a lot of chatter about this change recently, or it seems like you might be a little distracted these days, can open the door to dialogue. Secondly, check in with others. Find ways right in the workflow to touch base with your team. But don't expect that simply asking how someone's doing will be enough. Perfunctory, polite conversational norms will generally dictate a reflective, fine, thanks, how are you, sort of response. So bring intention, authenticity, and genuine curiosity to the question. Concentrate fully on the other person making eye contact and consider framing your question to provide greater context. For example, a lot has been going on around here recently and it might be disorienting. How are you doing with all this? A third strategy is to listen hard and holistically. If you're effective at checking in and connecting with others, you just might be rewarded with some important information from the other person, but only if you're really listening. Listen not just to what's being said, but what's not said. Be completely present and express appreciation for whatever the other person has to say. Tell the truth as you know it. Depending upon the circumstances, there may be information you simply can't share, but challenge yourself to be as transparent as possible. Because in the absence of information, we all know people will invent details. And when appropriate, share your own reactions too. Demonstrate that you're confused or concerned or sad. This makes you more human, a quality employees crave in their leaders. And help others determine the steps they can take to move forward. You can rarely remove the sources of stress that an employee might be encountering, but you can support them in determining what they need to do for themselves. So facilitate a conversation. Ask focused questions. Help the employee really sort through the options and determine his or her best course of action. And of course, offer your ongoing support. Today, stressful times are a fact of organizational life. But these strategies will help you and others navigate the inescapable workplace reality more effectively.